You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Welcome to a brand new edition of 15 minutes of Turkish football talk right here on your favorite podcast center. Well, let's start with what happened in the European competitions for Turkish teams. As I mentioned to you in my last podcast, the Turkish teams were going to be in the European competitions. The Champions League match was on Tuesday. As you know, Besiktas is the only team that represents Turkey in the Champions League match, in the Champions League tournament. And Besiktas, in their second game, playing an away match in Netherlands against Ajax, with a lot of injury, missing 12 of their starters. Actually, pretty much Besiktas had the B team against Ajax, and they lost this match 2-0, and it could have been 2-1, but a referee just disallowed Kenan Karaman's goal. But I think we could take a plus on this match for Besiktas, but after playing two matches and being in the third place right now in the Group C in the Champions League, haven't scored any goals and haven't earned any points, it's going to be a tough ride for Besiktas in the Champions League because they have a very tough schedule. Not only a tough schedule in the Champions League, but as you know, I've been saying this, there's a non-stop football going on in Turkish Football League, Turkish Super League. So that's going to be a big factor. All these teams are playing in the European competition. Teams like Besiktas, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce will have very surprising scores in the league, even though Galatasaray did good today on Thursday. I will talk about that coming up. But first, Besiktas, they're down 2 matches. They haven't won anything. They're in third place with Group C. On October 19th, Besiktas will be at home against Sporting. That should be a good match. And Besiktas should be healthy after coming back from the national team break. As you know, there's a break in between for national team matches. So October 19, Sporting at home, and Besiktas has to earn at least 3 points. They have to win this match to have a little hope for, if it's not for Champions League, they should have a hope for Europa League qualifications. So this was the case with Besiktas on Tuesday. One good plus I mentioned to you, there were at least 4 or 5 youngsters playing on the field, on the pitch for Besiktas. For first time ever, this B team player, Berkay Vardar, has not sit on the bench, came out, played on defense. But if you look at both of the goals, Besiktas' defense was awful. Let's put it this way. Especially on second goal. If I watched this second goal probably 8 times, you have 8 guys defending Besiktas, and there's only 3 or 4 attackers for Ajax. They just walked in, scored a second goal. So Besiktas should work hard. And I know there's a lot of injuries. And it's one other thing. Why there's a lot of injuries in Besiktas team is mind-boggling. And a lot of people say because of the Besiktas stadium pitch. And I don't know what's going on in the practice sessions. But there's a big names that they transferred. They're not playing. The only guy that started that with the big name, it was Batshuayi. And he had one off the post, and one Kenan Karaman. If that goal in the first 10 minutes would have gone in by Batshuayi, that would have been something different. But then Besiktas lost that match against Ajax in Netherlands 2-0. So as I mentioned to you, in Group C, Besiktas in third place with 0 points, 0 goals. Now, on Thursday, Fenerbahce played early, and then Galatasaray played. Fenerbahce at home against Greek team Olympiakos. They got trashed. Fenerbahce played good, but the style of the play on the pitch, it looks like there was no communication between the players. And I tell you, the Fenerbahce keeper, Altay Bayındır, kept Fenerbahce in the match for a long time. But in the second half, Olympic team, the Greek team, came back and scored 3 goals, and Fenerbahce at home lost this match at home. That's very important. That's not good. So in the Group D, Fenerbahce is in third place with 1 point. Fenerbahce will play Antwerp on October 21st. But one little note, before that match, Fenerbahce travels to Trabzon on October 17th. Very important match. And then after traveling to Trabzon, they will be at home against Antwerp in a Europa League match. So Fenerbahce has to win some matches at home, because they will they have after the Antwerp match, they will travel to Antwerp and play them in November 4th, and they will also travel to Greece, Olympiakos. They will face on November 25th. Their last match will be against Frankfurt on December 9th at home against Frankfurt team. So very important games for them too. Well, out of 3 teams, Besiktas didn't score, Fenerbahce didn't score, and Galatasaray didn't score, but at least Galatasaray got a point in an away match. So Galatasaray still on top of Group E in the Europa League. They're in first place with 4 points. Now, Lazio won today. Also, they're in second place with 3 points. Now, even though Galatasaray is in the first place, this reminds me of Turkish national team for a while. When they start the first 3 matches, they were very good position. Then it was downhill. Could happen with Galatasaray too, because Galatasaray will travel to Moscow to play Moscow on October 21st. And then they'll come back to play Moscow at home in Istanbul on November 4th. Galatasaray has also a home match against Marseille on November 25th. And their last match in the group will be in Italy against Lazio on December 9th. Those are the long ways, but in between them, there's very important matches for Galatasaray too. As I mentioned to you before, all these 3 teams that playing in the European competitions, they're going to be having a very tough time as far as practicing, as far as traveling, and I am sure it's going to be very busy, at least a couple months coming up for them. Because, let's face it, Galatasaray looks good. They're on top of Group E with 4 points, but Lazio is right behind them with 3 points. So that being first place doesn't mean anything right now. But this week, out of 3 teams, I think Galatasaray closed the European window today with 1 point and then staying still on top. Now, after these matches, let's get back to Turkish Super Lig. Week 8 starts on Friday. There will be 2 matches. And Antalyaspor will be at home against Adana Demirspor. And lately, Adana Demirspor, they won their back-to-back 2 matches. They're looking good. And Fatih Karagümrük, the team that lost last weekend, will be hosting Başakşehir. So there's 2 teams that is in trouble there. We'll see what happens, but most likely Fatih Karagümrük will win this match. Antalya, Adana Demirspor look for a draw there. On Saturday, there are 4 matches. On Saturday, you might see some team, either Trabzonspor or Besiktas, will take the first place from Trabzon until Sunday because Trabzonspor plays on Sunday. On Saturday, there are 4 matches I told you. In Konya, Konya will be at home against Alanyaspor. Göztepe will host Giresunspor. And Kayserispor will be at home against Trabzonspor. This is a huge game. And Kayserispor is coached by Hikmet Karaman. And I think he might damage Trabzonspor at home in Kayseri against Trabzonspor. Look for Kayseri to win or get a draw from Trabzonspor. And Besiktas will be at home against Sivasspor. Besiktas is going against one of their former players and coaches, Rıza Çalınbay. And Besiktas coming back from the Champions League match. They're still going to be missing a lot of players. And as I mentioned to you, with injuries and other things, they have 12 players right now on the roster, with pretty much out of the roster until after the national team break. So Besiktas or Trabzonspor could capture the first place if they win on Saturday before Sunday. On Sunday, you have 4 matches. Yeni Malatyaspor will be at home against Hatayspor. Gaziantep will be hosting Altay. And Fenerbahce will be hosting Kasımpaşa in Istanbul. Rize and Galatasaray, the team that just played Europa League match in France. They'll be traveling and coming to Turkey early morning hours of Friday. And then they will travel to Rize to play Sunday match. See what I mean? They don't have any time for preparation for this Sunday match. So Rize is they have a new coach. It's coached by former Galatasaray coach Hamza Hamzaoğlu. And this is going to be his first match. It's going to be tough. And he always knows how Galatasaray plays. And we'll see what happens here. I wouldn't be surprised if Rizespor gets a point in this match. So there are no matches on Monday. Week 8 ends on Sunday. And as I mentioned to you, going into Week 8, Fenerbahce is on top, 16 points. And second place is Trabzonspor, 15. Altay, 15. Besiktas is in 4th place. Now, national team, after the 8th weekend, which ends on Sunday, there will be a break until October 15th. And the national team matches will take place. And as you know, Turkish national team hired German coach Kuntz. This will be his first match on October 8th. And Turkey will be at home against Norway. And then October 11th, Turkey will travel to Latvia. 2 important matches. Right now, looking at the group, right now Netherlands is on top with 13 points. Latvia, Norway's with 13 points. Latvia is actually in 5th place. That's why Norway and Latvia matches are very important. Well, this is it for me. See you next time. 15 minutes is up, and we'll talk to you after the Week 8 matches. See you next time.